Hi, welcome to Ukulele Robert. In this video I'm going to follow on from a previous video I made about vamping on a ukulele. That video has proved quite popular and it's brought up a couple of questions from people which I'm hoping to address in this particular video. So just remind ourselves where we were on vamping, and I'm going to stick to the C, F, G format to start with. So standard vamping is we start with our C chord in a normal shape, and then with our first finger I'm going to bring that across onto the second fret of the fourth string, so you think of it like the A minor shape, and I'm going to alternate that finger on off while retaining my finger on the C, so I get this effect. Now what you'll hear if you listen to bands that use a lot of vamping, so spring to mind, you know, the original rock and roll Chuck Berry style sound, Buddy Holly, etc., right up into, you know, Status Quo, obviously really into the vamp in a big way, and you know, even the Beatles, Get Back, etc. If you listen to people vamping, they often alternate, so they have that standard vamp that you hear, and quite often when they're changing chords or changing sequence, they move to a slightly different vamp, and that's what I call the advanced vamp. It's really not that difficult, but just to show you again exactly the same on where I was before, but I'm now going to introduce my next finger, my second finger, onto the third fret of the fourth string and alternate that backwards and forwards. So let me show you that. I go. And then back to normal. And then again. And so you can use that as you wish. You can use it at the beginning or in the middle, or alternate it between. It's totally up to you how you actually do that, and it just depends on, you know, the style of the music that you're trying to achieve. Now the next question that I get asked is, well, how do you work out, so if I'm not playing in C and I'm playing in a different key, how do I work out where the vamp is? So we know that in C it's in A minor, and there's a clue there in that the A minor is what is known as the relative minor for the key of C major, and we always need to look for the relative minor, and it's quite simple to find. All you need to do, if you think of it, you know, kind of a piano keyboard, or even if you just write the notes down on a piece of paper in the sequence that they follow, you just count 4 backwards. So in the case of C, the one that becomes before C is B, and then I go B flat, and then I go A as my fourth one. So I know that A minor is the relative minor for C. And if I think about F, well, if I'm in F, then the one before that is E, the one before that is E flat, and the next one down is D. So I now know that the relative minor for F is D minor. And this rule follows all the way through. So if we want to play vamping in A, which is a really popular key for, you know, guitar and rock and roll, we would be playing in A, how do we find that relative minor? So we go A, A flat, G, F sharp. So F sharp minor becomes the relative minor of A. Now the good news is that if we're on the A shape on a ukulele, the F sharp minor is really easy to get to. I'm just placing down my third finger there, so I'm going to F sharp minor, and I can vamp on that. So, and I can double vamp as well. And the same rule applies, you know, if I want to then move up to my D, if I count down from my D, 4 back, I get to B minor, and again that's a relatively simple change from D to B minor. And so on and so on. That's the simple rule. The best way to try and imagine that is, if you've got a piano, obviously you can look at the piano in front of you, or look at a keyboard online, or just write down the notes on a piece of paper, you know, C, C sharp, D, etc., all at the scale, and then count 4 backwards, and you'll find it. And once you've got it there, then it's easy to imprint on your brain going forward for those vamps. That's it for now. Hope you enjoyed that. If you did, if you can just like my video just down there, or please follow my channel, and happy vamping. Enjoy.